All right, so Royal Caribbean is going all in on this party ship, Utopia of the Seas. All hands on deck with $1 billion, what some call a monstrosity. But here's the kicker. This thing is so large, it could have its own zip code. It's really that big. But if you're clicking on this video and you're trying to figure out if it's a good ship for you and your family, I've been on it twice. I'm going on it on a third time. And there's some things you might want to know. Some people are saying this ship isn't designed for relaxation, and others are saying it's just a giant party ship. I'm here to kind of dispel both and then give it to you straight. So here are 10 things you and your family are going to look forward to on Utopia of the Seas, and here are a couple things that probably aren't going to float your boat. No pun intended. First off, the splash pad was perfect for Noah. Noah's my daughter. She's 2 years old. She's a toddler. And the splash pad has, I want to say, like two sections. There's the toddler section, babies, sitting there with your infant. Or you can go to the little bit bigger section. That's where I call the big kids section. They have a larger slide. But what really stuck out to me was this giant bucket that would constantly fill up and then just splash on everybody. But just the little knickknacks, filling up water, splashing around, definitely wears the kids out. We would do it to prepare Noah for nap time and get her to kind of calm down right just in time for dinner to get her to go to bed later at night. So there's a little parent hack for you. Go to the splash pad. Number two, special for families. Again, carousel. Speaking of Noah, that is one of the things she loved the most. Listen, towards the back of the ship, the boardwalk is where you'll see the carousel. It's kind of like a carnival. Man, she went on that thing maybe 10, 12, 15 times. I lost count, but she loves it. It wears her out. There's fun music, and it goes about 60 seconds in each direction, and usually the lines are pretty small. You can just get back on and do it again. That's definitely one of the favorite things I like doing as well. Now, if you're curious if you can ride with your kid, you can. I like to stand next to Noah riding the carousel. That way, if another kid wants to hop on, their parent can kind of get on as well and kind of just watch their kid. But you can ride it if you want. It does hold fairly heavy people. You know, I'm 225, and it held me. Continue on with the boardwalk. Great for families. Listen, this is where a lot of the action actually takes place, the more I think about it. But also Sugar Beach. So if you have like a sweet tooth, there's ice cream, there's candy, lots of treats, toys. Noah also loved walking and roaming here towards the end of the night after dinner. If you want to just kind of walk off the heavy dessert that you just had, or you want to save room for dessert at Sugar Beach, go there, get some ice cream, get some candy. This is another spot where the family just kind of love to hang out at night. Also, at the boardwalk, there's these little parties like a glow in the dark. What is that thing called? A silent disco. That is what it's called. It's a silent disco. They put on the headphones to play the music through your ear, and it's just a good time. Something you should consider doing as well. But I think what makes the boardwalk so special to me is just the open air, a place where you can get fresh air without being on the top deck with all the wind. So if you're looking for some fresh air, you just want to see the stars, this is a great place to do it. Also, there's an aqua theater in the back. More on that later, but you're definitely not going to want to miss it. Now, I've said this in my reviews in the past with Royal Caribbean. Their new lime and coconut bar, especially on Icon of the Seas, is just fantastic. But they did a good job on Utopia of the Seas as well. They have mocktails. I got a really good virgin margarita there that I would go back again. Just vibey, nice fun frozen drinks, cocktails. You don't want to miss it. Now, something that stands out to me with the lime and coconut bar is that it is basically the central hub for the sail away parties. There's two pools on each side. There's a jumbotron up top, and they bring a camera in. There's a live feed so you can have fun. They spray champagne in your mouth. There's margaritas. The lime and coconut bar is like the central hub. So if I'm giving you a recommendation, like what you should do, go check out lime and coconut bar on any of the sail away parties. So that can be if it's a 3 or 4 night cruise. In my case, Port Canaveral, sail out of Port Canaveral, so we did a sail away out of Port Canaveral. I don't know why I keep saying Port Canaveral. Anyways, my point is, it's a good sail away party. One of their best, to be honest with you. Now, going back to the boardwalk, check out the Aqua Theater, okay? The Aqua Show. On Utopia of the Seas, I believe it's called Aqua 82. Listen, it's a fun show. The music's super loud, nostalgic. It's a little too loud, but I'll talk about that later on things I really disliked. It's really cool to just grab a drink, grab a beer, go watch them jump from the high dive, and it's basically showing you a bunch of stuff you'll probably never be able to do unless you're a high diver and you know how to snorkel really, really, really well. Then it's all for you. But it's a pretty good experience. Kicking on one of my favorite spots, continue on the boardwalk, is Playmakers. Now, this is the sports bar. I don't know if you love sports as much as I do, but I love to catch a game, have a beer. And even on this cruise, I wasn't drinking. I was able to enjoy a Heineken Zero, which, again, that's a non-alcoholic version, which just, I'm glad they have a couple variety. But there's nachos, there's poke nachos, there's burgers, there's chicken strips. The french fries are great. It's also great for a midday snack. I ended up checking out around midday on a sea day, just kind of hanging out and getting some fries. It's pretty chill, especially if you're trying to avoid like a lot of areas with tons of people and you just want to get something on your own. But again, if you're cruising with a family, like how does that cater to the families? Listen, there's a pool table in the back. There's an arcade in the back. There's games. This is definitely a section that is well thought out for families. So check out the boardwalk. I can't emphasize that enough. Number 7 is the Solarium. Now, this is one of my favorite places to eat with Royal Caribbean if it's done right. Some of their ships have missed and dropped the ball, but as far as on Utopia of the Seas, fresh lamb, fresh grilled chicken, there's baklava in the back. It's like a Mediterranean, how do I put this, a la carte experience with tapas and everything, and I just can't get over it, especially if you're on a diet and try to like lean up like I was. It's just nice to know that I can go to the gym on a 4-night cruise, get some non-alcoholic drinks, pretty much stay on my diet without blowing it. And if you want to get away and have a good weekend without, going too crazy, the Solarium's a great spot. And if you want to avoid the main dining room, again, Solarium, it's a good spot. It's pretty chill, not a lot of people. The ambiance is great. And again, fresh baklava. Can't get enough of it. Now, one of the biggest complaints I kept hearing across the board, even from myself, was that there was just no quiet spaces on Utopia of the Seas. Now, I'm here to kind of like push back on that after experiencing a second time. I intentionally make myself go find some places where you can seek comfort, solitude, quietness, and they have a lot of them. One of them is being Giovanni's. It's got a 2-deck experience toward the aft. So towards the boardwalk, it overlooks it, but you can see the wake of the ship in the back, which is just really, really cool. Get some tapas, get some wine. If you like, you can kind of just hang out there and just kind of day drink. If I'm planning like one of the perfect, let's say, sea days where you just kind of relax, not do much, but you don't want to sit by the pool, I say start your day around Giovanni's, around like that 11:30, 12 o'clock type of vibe. Get some tapas, get some rosé, some champagne, something like that. Warm up the belly. Then I'd probably make my way over to another spot that I really enjoyed, which is the Mason Jar. They have these floor-to-ceiling windows, which is just completely cool. But what I really think you're going to love is the rocking chairs and the plenty of lounge spaces in the Mason Jar. Plus, if you love whiskey, bourbon, that's the place to go. It's just nice to kind of hang out and relax. After the Mason Jar, I'll probably make my way to the Pesky Parrot, warm up with some pre-drinks before dinner, before heading out to Playmakers, or maybe teppanyaki. Basically, they cook the food. What's it called? What is that food restaurant called? I've been on so many Royal Caribbean cruises, and I can't remember what it's called. Royal Caribbean teppanyaki. Oh, shoot. It's just called teppanyaki. There you go. So teppanyaki. Get some sushi, some fried rice. Just kind of have some fun with it. Now, after that, I'd probably make my way and do something a little bit more upbeat, catch an ice show, catch the aqua show, maybe wind down and go to the Rising Tides bar, which is like on deck 5, I believe. Make my way up to the top, to the Central Park, see the night and the star and the skies and stuff like that. Get me something to drink at a Trellis bar, listen to some jazz music, and then I'd probably wrap it at night or go to the casino. So if I'm planning a sea day, like starting at noon or 11-ish, I'd probably do something like that. So that's one of my favorite things to do right there. So to be honest with you, that was kind of my 8, 9, and 10 kind of rapid fire there if you kind of caught on. So let's talk about some of the things that I just really didn't enjoy. I'm going to run that information to you, and maybe it floats your boat. Maybe it doesn't. Let's dive in. Number 1 is the all-in show. Listen, the singers can sing. The dancers can dance. They are very talented. I am not knocking that. This is a me thing. It's cover music. They're wearing costumes and stuff. It just isn't for me. There's no storyline, so you're kind of just watching live music being performed on stage. Personally, I'd rather keep my body moving, go do something, walk around, maybe go to boleros, listen to some live music, bounce, talk. And because that's like a show, you really don't want to talk and be disruptive. So I watched the first 10 minutes and I had to jet. But again, if you're into Broadway, you love shows, you love music, you love stuff like that, go watch it. I'm sure you enjoy it. The technology is through the roof. It's incredible. But again, just not for me. Number 2 is the mocktail menu. Listen, I'm on this new mocktail journey. I don't know how long I'm going to be on it, but being on other ships, I saw how extensive their mocktail menu was. This one was kind of limited, kind of sugary in some areas, but in order to get a non-alcoholic champagne or rosé or something, you had to buy the entire bottle, which is something I didn't really want to do. But just letting you know, they do have options. I just think they could be a little bit more broader. They need more options. Let's just call it that. And the number 1 complaint that I've heard across almost every single block is it's just a little bit too loud in some areas. Is what it is. I personally thought it was loud. At one point, I got to check my watch. It said you're in a very loud place. Consider leaving or something like that. Whatever the Apple Watch tells you, it was freaking loud. But listen, if you're going on Utopia of the Seas, you still got questions. How's it for your family? Is it good for bachelor parties, etc., etc.? Check out these videos right here. They're vlogs, okay? It's going to go behind the scenes of the experience of what we did. All right, enjoy, and I'll see you over there. Peace.